Admiral Zektar's four eyes studied the holographic display with the same methodical precision his ancestors had employed for 7 centuries. Every formation was perfect. Every ship positioned exactly as doctrine dictated. The hegemony's third fleet hung in space like a crystalline sculpture, each vessel's location calculated to the nearest meter by algorithms refined over millennia. "The humans approach, Admiral," reported Navigation Officer Velnash, her chitinous exoskeleton clicking against her console. "Single vessel. Designate, merchant-class freighter, heavily modified." Zektar's mandibles clicked in what passed for amusement among his species. "One ship against our entire fleet? These humans truly are as primitive as intelligence suggests." The bridge crew shared his confidence. Why shouldn't they? The Galactic Naval Academy had been perfecting combat doctrine for longer than human civilization had existed. Every maneuver was catalogued, every possible scenario wargamed across countless simulations. The humans had been spacefaring for barely 2 centuries, infants playing with toys they didn't understand. "Orders, Admiral?" asked Tactical Officer Morden. "Formation Theta 7, standard engagement protocols. Let us demonstrate proper naval warfare to these newcomers." The Third Fleet moved with balletic precision, 800 warships shifting into the time-tested formation that had dominated space combat for generations. Dreadnoughts formed the spine, flanked by cruisers with destroyers and frigates creating protective screens. It was beautiful, elegant, and utterly predictable. The human ship, a battered thing called the Cosmic Wrench according to their sensors, continued its approach. No formation changes, no tactical maneuvering, just a straight line toward their overwhelming force. "Shall we hail them, Admiral? Offer surrender terms?" "Unnecessary. Begin the attack sequence." But as the first salvo of plasma bolts streaked toward the human vessel, something unprecedented happened. The Cosmic Wrench didn't dodge according to any known evasive pattern. Instead, it spun chaotically, seeming to tumble out of control while somehow avoiding every shot. "What is their tactical doctrine?" Zektar demanded. "Unknown, Admiral. Computer analysis shows no recognizable pattern." The human ship was now among their outer screen, still spinning wildly. Suddenly, it ejected what appeared to be cargo containers, dozens of them scattered seemingly at random throughout the formation. Cargo pods? Are they trying to trade their way out of this? Then the containers exploded, not in the disciplined, coordinated manner of proper space mines, but in a staggered sequence that defied all tactical logic. The explosions weren't even particularly powerful, barely enough to scratch their shields. But something was wrong. Ships were reporting system malfunctions, sensor interference, communication disruptions. "Admiral," Morden's voice carried an edge of confusion, "the explosions have released some kind of metallic chaff. Our targeting systems are being disrupted." "Impossible. Our sensors are military grade, designed to penetrate any known countermeasure." "Yes, sir, but this isn't a known countermeasure. It appears to be improvised." The word hung in the air like a foreign concept. Improvised. The Galactic Navy didn't improvise. They had procedures, protocols, established responses for every situation. Improvisation was chaos, the enemy of proper military discipline. The Cosmic Wrench had somehow penetrated deeper into their formation, still tumbling erratically. Now it was doing something that made Zektar's trained mind reel. It was ramming his ships. Not in suicide attacks, but glancing blows that sent it ricocheting to new vectors. Each impact somehow calculated to send it toward another target. "How are they calculating those trajectories?" Tactical demanded. "They're not calculating," replied the sensor operator, disbelief in her voice. "Long-range scans show only one life form aboard that vessel. The human appears to be flying by intuition." Intuition, another alien concept. The fleet relied on computers, battle algorithms, and time-tested doctrine. Intuition was unreliable, unpredictable, unscientific. It was also devastatingly effective. Each seemingly random collision was precisely placed to disable key systems. A nudge against a dreadnought's sensor array here, a scrape along a cruiser's weapon mount there. The human wasn't trying to destroy their ships. He was systematically breaking them like a mechanic disassembling an engine. "Fleet cohesion is breaking down," reported communications. "Captains are requesting permission to break formation and pursue individually." "Absolutely not. Maintain formation Theta 7. But the formation was already crumbling. Centuries of rigid training had never prepared them for an opponent who ignored every rule of space combat. Ships collided as they tried to track the tumbling human craft. The elegant ballet of the Third Fleet devolved into chaos. The cosmic wrench suddenly reversed course, a maneuver that should have been impossible given its apparent trajectory. It shot past the flagship's bridge, and for a brief moment, Zektar caught sight of the human pilot through the viewscreen. He was grinning. Actually grinning while single-handedly dismantling the most powerful fleet in the galaxy. The human caught sight of the bridge and actually had the audacity to wave, before his ship spun away into another impossible maneuver. "Admiral?" came a voice from across the bridge, quiet with shock. "He's not even using weapons." Zektar looked at the tactical display. It was true. The human's ship showed no energy weapons, no missile tubes, no torpedo launchers. Just improvised modifications, jury-rigged systems, and what appeared to be a standard industrial fabricator that was somehow producing new obstacles in real time. The final insult came when the human ship broadcast a message on all channels. "Thanks for the dance, folks. Your ships are sturdy, but your tactics are rustier than my hull plating. Maybe try thinking outside the box next time." And then it was gone, jumping to hyperspace with a modified drive system that by all rights shouldn't have worked. The Third Fleet hung in space. 800 ships rendered combat ineffective by a single human in a modified cargo hauler. Not destroyed, the casualties were minimal, but broken, demoralized, and utterly defeated. Zektar stared at his perfect formation, now a scattered mess of disabled vessels. 7 centuries of tactical doctrine reduced to worthlessness in less than an hour. "Admiral," Belnash spoke carefully, "perhaps we should study human combat methods more closely." Zektar's mandibles clicked, but this time it wasn't amusement. It was something the Galactic Navy had forgotten how to feel. Respect for an enemy who played by no rules except the ones they made up as they went along. In the depths of space, the cosmic wrench continued its journey, its pilot already planning his next impossible victory.